Oh no, I think my mic's off. There we are. That's better. Oh my goodness, didn't even realise my mic was off. Wouldn't that be a goof? That would be an absolute goof. Oh my goodness. Sorry. There we are. Right. Got myself set up. Let's go. Welcome one, welcome all to day 19. Oh no, I never realised I haven't even updated the day calendar. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Oh my goodness. It's one of those days, isn't it? There we are. Bring that up. Bring that up. Fabulous. Okay, we're up to date. Honestly, it's been one of those weeks, I swear to God. Delicious. It's been one of those weeks, like, the amount of things I've been forgetting, the amount of things I've been frazzled about, like, my goodness. But, we in it to win it. Let's go. Now, ice cream of the day. Delicious. I got my cones again. It's a lovely salted caramel. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Wait a second, Mizukage. So, streaming Naruto on a Friday. I know. 3 hours of it too. Because we 3 hours on a Friday. Yesterday, didn't stream yesterday because I completely forgot, and I shouldn't have, because I've also been the one remembering, is me and the boys' 4-year anniversary. So, what did we do? What did we do? So we recreated our first date dinner, which was a lovely spaghetti bolognese and broccoli. Delicious. Because on our first date, I invited him around to my place, the flat I was staying at the time, and I was making dinner anyway, so I was making my spaghetti bolognese and broccoli, and then had dinner, and then watched, I think Thor Ragnarok was on TV, so caught that, and that was it. So we recreated that, and then what did we do? We played some games, and then he fell asleep on the couch at early, so that was our anniversary day, which was great. But at the end of the day, it was relaxing, had a good time, that's all that matters. So anyway, so I remember that was, and I'm not going to stream on the anniversary day, so voila, we're here now once again. But also, because it's 3 hours of goodness, we'll be able to chip a decent chunk in, get a decent chunk of the way through. Definitely getting, it was yesterday. Yeah, because I was going to stream yesterday. I'm like, oh wait, I just remembered. It's that. So I can't. I'm not going to stream. I wouldn't do that to him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it was cute too on our anniversary. It was the longest. I'd never been on a first date before, and I thought it was going to be a couple of hours, and that was it. And being picking me up at 12. We would have lunch for a couple of hours, and then we went and sat and talked on this hillside for 5 hours, and then went back to the flat, had dinner, they left at 10 o'clock. So it was the longest date I'd ever been on. In fact, it was the only date I'd ever been on by that point. But it was fabulous. Right, that's that one down. So now we are. Sorry if my crunching is loud. I do apologise. It's a very crunchy cone. Delicious. Oh, it's so delicious. And the best thing is now I can buy like fancy ice creams, and the bank's not going to be like, "Oi, what you doing buying fancy ice creams?" The range on that, another reason why Itachi's so good. Range on his jutsus is fabulous. Oh god. Every time. Oh. Oh. Every time I get to the end of my ice cream, I eat too much. Oh my god, I'm so crunching. Oh. Oh. Right. There we are. We've been together for 4 years now. It was 2018 when these two little youngins decided, "Huh, you seem pretty cool. I see your E3 timetable on your post-it note on your desktop monitor. I think that's pretty cool. Let's hang out." And the rest is history. And then 4 years later, we're in a whole nother city with 2 completely different jobs and have a house. So moved far faster, or, managed to do far more with our lives than I ever thought that we would. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. The question that I will have answered by the end of this challenge is, will I prefer to play as Kankuro or adult Tenten? Which would I rather play? At the start I would have said adult Tenten, but at this stage I'm not that sure. Nope, not today, sir. Not today. There we go. Oh, hello. Your headphones. I've got my black. Oh, they're in the car, in the console bit of the car. If you want to borrow my ones.
Oh, that's right. I think I bought
My
mine.
ears aren't gross.
Is that?
My ears aren't gross.
Might get an ear infection.
No, you're not. Anyway, you can use mine. He's lost his headphones or his earbuds, I think. Oh my goodness! Stop! 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 Lovely, jubbly. And now, oh come on. And now, whoa! Oh come on! Here we go. Fabulous. That took longer than I would have liked, but hey, at least we got there. Oh yeah, but no, it's been one of those weeks, I swear to God. Like, work's just been absolutely maniacal. 5 years, oh my goodness. Of course, that's right, because I remember in the last year of uni, when y'all little cool cats coming over, coming up in Auckland, just started dating. But hey, at least we managed to go on vacations. I can't remember the last time I went on a big holiday. At all. Oh, I've just realised this is not technically a law fight, but they are connected heavily, so I should probably do that on the next fight. Yeah, I envy your vacations, definitely. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I did not mean for that to happen. I generally try to keep it not exactly, burps aren't exactly like, and not safe for work, but I'd rather not be gross on stream. Oh goodness. Stop, 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 stop. Lovely jubbly. Even I can do it if I try. That's my catchphrase. If I try, I can probably get close. Can't guarantee it. Well, hopefully you'll be able to settle. Hopefully, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be wanting to move, especially like if you're gonna be wanting to move far, far from the old hometown, you're probably gonna want to. Oh, beans! I should have picked a better one. Anyway, you're gonna pretty want to, like, I don't want to say like guarantee you're not gonna move for like years, but you're probably gonna want to because especially it's gonna cost a lot to move down, as well. So yeah, you're gonna want to be sure that where you do end up going, you're gonna be staying there for a while, and you're not gonna want to get up and move because you'll be forever, you forever needing to save up for things. That would be my only advice, I guess. Oh my goodness. Right, get him in the combo. Oh, look at that. Bam! Lovely. Well, interesting. He doesn't get a personalized one for Obito, but he probably only gets one for Naruto and old Obito, I think. Lovely jubbly. Right, next one, Shisui and Madara Sage. That one. It's not even Sage. I keep saying Sage. It's 6 paths. Fabulous. Bam. I might actually just drop the stream volume down. Or just the Naruto volume down. Oh, and then also this this week has been fabulous for finding out, like, yay home ownership, finding out all the things that you didn't even realize was up with your house. So of course we had the last week we had the lovely washing machine causing power cuts. That was great. That was fabulous. So now pretty much we're gonna have to put the washing machine on at a time when we're not expected to use too much power, and also it can't be at a time where we're going to be out of the house for too long, because we're scared that if we're out, like say we put the washing, because I had the idea of, could we just put the washing machine on in the morning before we go to work, but then the fact that it's causing power cuts or like causing the fuse to blow, is going to mean that I'd rather not leave for work. Half an hour later, fuse blows, and then we get back home to a lovely defrosted freezer and warm milk, which would be delightful. So I'm like, so we'll probably have to. We're thinking we might have to just learn how to time the washing machine, where we're probably not gonna, maybe like just have the TV on, possibly, but nothing too intensive, and definitely when we're home, so we can turn the power back on if we need to, because I can guarantee it, knowing our luck anyway, it definitely would be straight away after we leave home, it would go off. Yeah, so we've got to figure out the routine for the washing machine. We've also, like, I suppose it's a good thing and a not so good thing. Because earlier this week we had so much rain. I've never seen so much rain in my life. It was literally like 2 whole days of just torrential rain. We got up. When did we get up? It would have been on Monday. We got up and the drains. Oh no, we got back home. That's right. Got back home. Half of the driveway was all pulled up. The wastewater drain was like overflowing. Like nothing was coming out, but just overflowing. And then, so we got home, did that, and then obviously it just kept raining. And then I walked around to the woodshed, and the woodshed, basically there's like a pallet in the bottom of it, and the woodshed had kind of like, it had filled up, so the pallet was like essentially just floating on water, and the whole bottom, I'm just going to quickly do that, the whole bottom of the wood, like the bottom layer, was just completely soaked. So that was all fun. So I'm just like, well, that's something to look out for. And then, so Tuesday morning, we leave for work. And it's a fair bit of puddles and build up in the street. So we're like, oh goodness gracious, do we risk it? And then when we got home, it was practically like the whole entire driveway was underwater. It was like the entire driveway, and probably about 80% of the garden was, you put your foot in, or your gumboot in our case, and it's past your ankles essentially. It was that full up. The wastewater drain had not leaked so much, but there was some paper substances on some of the driveway. Not much, but enough to be like, okay. Firewood sheds, completely drenched. And rain is just not letting up, so it was all fun and games. And essentially it was to the point where if in the morning the rain hadn't let up, my car would not have been able to make it out of the driveway. It would have just started floating as soon as it got out the gate. And yeah, so part of me was like, well, you know what? I wouldn't mind a working from home day. That sounds kind of fun. And then we don't have to do the commute in. But then of course Wednesday would have been like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, rain stops. So Wednesday morning, get up just to have a look, and it's completely dry. So I was like, beans. I was looking forward to like a working from home day, but yeah, we can't exactly say, oh, we're so underwater, we can't come up. And they're like, what do you want about? There's like reports everywhere of like dryness of all the drains now being clear. So we wouldn't have been able to make that work. But anyway, so in a way, it was good to know how our house could withstand torrential flooding, in that it can handle, the driveway and the garden can. House is pretty much, we didn't get any water inside, so the house is pretty watertight, which is always great to know. So I suppose in a way it's a good thing. Disaster testing. But it was pretty. It was kind of fun looking at driving through town the next day, with all like passing through all the fields where the flooding hadn't quite drained yet, and it's just like pretty much it's almost just like a whole series of mini lakes that you're driving past as you're going as you're driving down the motorway into work. It's like it was actually when I was driving back. We were driving back from work on Wednesday evening. It was sunset, so like there was some. If I was a photographer, I would have got some award-winning shots. Let's just say that much. I could have been one of those people that takes photos and then submits it into the news. So after the weather, they show some wannabe. No, I don't want to say wannabe because that's mean. They are actually good photos. Someone's moment of fame. Let's just say. Alright. Next we have Sakura and Kimimaro. Oh, and the other thing too, oh my goodness. Like I was thinking like, do I want to play it on stream? But I was too excited and I haven't, so I'm not playing it on stream. But oh my goodness, so there's like the game that came out last year, it's Kena or Kana, Bridge of Spirits. It's like a little it's like an indie game. They're a newish game studio. And they're all like ex-animators or ex-people that worked on like TV ads and stuff. But anyway, and it's like, so you play as like this chick and she's like a spirit guide. And you know, she's got the nature's all corrupted and stuff, and you just got to go and heal the land. But then you get these little like cute little things called the rot, that you find, and they follow you around like Pikmin style. Oh my goodness, it is the single cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And like I know that a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, it's kind of like Disney tried to do it with the Porgs in Star Wars Episode 8. You know, you just have your thing, and you know your cute being, your cute thing, and whatever it is. So like Minions is a perfect example, or like the prime example of it, of just a device to get kids to be like, oh my god, that's so cute, I want like heaps of plushies of it. But anyway, but these little things, they're like the rot. So you find them around the place, and they follow you around. So if you've got like 18 of them, there's 18 little buggers following you around the whole time. But it's adorable. Oh my goodness! And you can you can order them to go in battle. You can sort of send them. It says like binding, but essentially you can send them to go like to hold an enemy, and sort of just like keep them there while you do your stuff.
Eagle.
Thank you so much.
No.
I love you so much.
I know. Love you too.
I'll make it up to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Burger.
Bye. Burgers.
Fuel.
Burger fuel. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
We can if you want. Anyway, I've got my lovely steak and chips and spinach. Lovely, delicious, cooked with love. Anyway, as I was saying, the cute little rot things. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so you can order them to do stuff, and they follow you around, and they're just the most adorable things. Like they're just adorable. I love them so much. And then so the collectibles that you can get is, well, I suppose the only really collectibles you can get, at least as far as I can tell so far. You could get little hats for them, and you could like choose which hats you want to put on them, and you can buy, you know, so at the moment I've got like some pots, and you can get some leaves and fox masks, and bow ties, and like all these little like plant seeds hats. Oh my goodness. And you can just choose, like you can buy, I'm going to buy 20 pot hats, and I'm going to have all my little guys wearing pot hats, and it's just, oh my goodness. And then what's even cuter is it's not just a case of they will just perpetually follow you around, is because they're kind of spirits, they'll like disappear and appear in different places. So, and they've actually done, in terms of just game design, and I suppose story, I don't want to say story design, might be the wrong word, but like it's a thing now of as you're playing games, you know, so I'm probably not going to be able to explain this. I'll just give the example in this anyway. So like you'll walk through, you know, go through a forest clearing, and then you'll get to this big open area, and there's like a river going through. You can look right up, and there's like a huge mountain and ruins in the distance and stuff. And then on the riverbank there'll be like a rock, and so at this point in the game there's like these two little kid spirits that you're going on a mission with, and so they'll appear on the rock. I don't want to do very much. Oh my goodness, they'll appear on the rock, you know, looking up at the ruins in the mountain, and then all your little rock buddies are next to them, like, or some of them are on the rock looking up at the mountain with them. Some of them are just like chilling on the grass next to it. Some are following you. Some are in the water, like just floating on their back, just chilling. It's just the most like sweetest, loveliest thing. It's just like, it's just the little things Just the little things that make life worth living, you know. And then so there'll be like a platforming section where, well, I say platform, like your typical climb on this ledge, shuffle around to the other side of the ledge, jump off to the other ledge, or jump up, or one of those. And so while you're doing that, you look around and there's all the little rock buddies just like chilling on the ledges next to you, just sitting there, just like, dangling their feet, all of that sort of stuff, just watching you. And then as you get up to the top, they'll have disappeared and then they'll appear next to you. And it's just like, it's not a case of Pikmin or Overlord or anything like that where they just perpetually follow you all the time, no matter where you are. They'll appear and disappear, and it just feels far more organic. It feels less so you just commanding all these people and they're just mindlessly following you, but they're accompanying you on it, and it is far more like companion kind of relationship. But my god, they've got the biggest eyes and they give puppy eyes all the time, and they're just so cute, and I love them, and my heart melts every time I play that game. I mean, I've only played it probably only played like 3 times for now, but because I've only just recently got it. But oh my lordy, like if you don't mind, if you're super against, you hate the idea of minions or porgs or the thing in a particular property or TV film or game where it's just, you can just tell that the first thing that they wanted was something cute. If you're completely against that, no, don't even want to know, then this game might not be for you. I still think it's a very solid game. I'm loving it so far anyway. It's very simple, but I love it. But if you don't mind that sort of thing and you think that sort of stuff's cute, my god, get this game. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. And oh my god, and then the cutest thing too. So the first rot that you come across, I think there's a lot of, I'd say one thing that I'm kind of about the game is it doesn't really explain plot elements very well. So you come across a rot and it's like kind of like got a blue tinge to it, and it's got some like laurel, it's got like a laurel crown, and she's like, she makes some comment or something, and you kind of get the sense that there's something up with it, but it's never like, it hasn't yet come to the point where, oh no, he's stunted or something, or there's something particularly wrong with him physically, or he's like kind of like the run to the litter. I kind of get the sense that that's what they're implying, but there hasn't been anything that's explicitly said that yet. But anyway, so you come across that, and so he's kind of like your main rot, I guess, and the other ones that you find are all they're all like fully black coloured, and they've got like little like mushroom and seed things in their head. And yeah, so when you're swimming through the water, you got all the peeps behind you, like some of them just doing like backstroke, some of them just like floating through the water. It's just so cute. But anyway, he's like on top of your head, like sort of like sitting on your head as you go. So then one of the things that you can do at any point is like you press a button, and you kind of like stop and you sit down, and all of them sort of just start chilling and sitting around you in a circle, just hanging out with them, I guess. And so you've got this little one in your hand, and then you've got some like different things that you can command him to do. So one is you can get him to like dance, and he just does this. He jumps upon your head or something, and he does this little dance. And then another one, he like sneezes. But there's another one where like kiss, and so like you like lift him up to your head, and he gives you like this little kiss on your cheek. It's just, I just love it so much. It's just the best thing. It's just the best thing. It's just fantastic. Like the little touches, just the little touches. And I think, like, I know that. So you can find, I think there's some of these rot that you can find as part of the story, but others you kind of just find in the environment. And I suppose I'm trying to go for the platinum, so I'm supposing you have to find all of them. But I think the bar that I've got is, up to 35, so it's either 35 or more. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 100 or something. But then I'm just thinking, you can have 100 little guys following you the whole way. Like, that would actually be amazing. You just like look behind you, see this mob of 100 little cute guys following you. It'd be fantastic. I'm highly looking forward to that. But yeah, so very, very much. I'm just going to bring my dinner over this way, and I'm just going to start eating chips while we're playing. But yeah, but if there is 100 of them, my God, my life, my heart, and my life. Lovely. Oh no, I'm dropping chips down my front. Oh, whoopsie. That's alright. Alright. Right, 2 hands. Because screw puppet users. Oh. Bruh. Thank you. Lovely. Jubbly. I'm just gonna get him now while I have the chance. Lovely. My goodness. Why is every puppet user except for Sasori, why are their jutsus just so rubbish? Like, I'm sorry, Kankuro, but your bloody May Rain or whatever it's called can go die. Bum, bum. Oh, come on. Bruh. Of course. Oh, come on. For God's sake, man. I really need to get better at that. Right, screw it. Get my substitution. And then do this. Lovely jubbly. Oh no. Oh dear. That wasn't very good, was it? But hey, at least we got there. Right. Excuse me as I just update the list. So now we're down to 33. Ooh. Lovely. And jubbly and fabulous. Right. Right, you know what, young Sakura and Sasuke last. Fabulous. Thank you for running right into that. Oh, and also too, if so one of my guaranteed, so there's, if you want to be a TV show or a movie, well actually no, I don't really watch TV anymore, so if you want to be a film or a game or anything like that is going to win my heart, there's a couple of things you got to have. So one is, actually no, not that you have to have, but if you want me to fondly remember you, there's a few things you got to have. One is if you're one of those things where like super hidden, like hidden details, things like on TV tropes, like fridge brilliance or fridge horror or something like that. Like foreshadowing, clues, like things on like on a rewatch or when you go in and it's foreshadowed something. Like a lot of people don't like it for whatever reason. I freaking love it. Just throw all of the foreshadowing in it for me. I will love it so much. Same with the game. If there's things even there's some things even as subtle as as the menu designs or music or gameplay elements foreshadow something. Perfect, beautiful, I love it. And if you've got some nice, especially if it's a game, more so a game than anything else, if you've got some nice references to other things, I love it a lot. So, speaking of the references side of things, so me and the boy were playing Tiny Tina's at Limo, and oh my god, the references in it are absolutely fantastic. Like, absolutely brilliant. Some of them. It's not like some cheap, I don't say cheap, like, it's not a case of like dry ones where you can feel it's been like shoehorned in or something. And there's some really clever ones as well. So there's one quest. For those who haven't played it, I won't say who says it or when it is. But there's you're doing a quest or something, and what is it? Like a guy. I'm just trying to remember in what context. I can't remember the context, but anyway. But he says, at least it's better than a bunch of don't know if he says celebrities overtly, but he says like a bunch of people getting together and singing a song about, no, I think he does say celebrities. It's better than a bunch of celebrities getting together and singing a song about love and peace. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't help but laugh because it was referencing perfectly the remember back in the day during the first pandemic, worldwide pandemic. Oh my god, everyone's losing their minds over it. What's it? Gal Gadot and a whole bunch of people like Mark Ruffalo, Sarah Silverman, all these people got together and they did that. I don't want to say stupid. No, I will say stupid. I need to start putting some real opinions out there. Cringe would be the better word. Video of them all singing Imagine by John Lennon, like the montage of them all, where everyone's just like, you're sitting there during lockdown in your $1 million mansions, like not having to want for nothing, and you're telling us, about solidarity, we've got to stay strong, like us here in our little like dingy flat, with like can't hardly afford food. You're telling us to, have solidarity, man. But anyway, so it was referencing that, which I very much appreciated. I thought it was fabulous. There's so many like quests and characters that are like references to. So it is everything. They've got like references to Pinocchio, to the Smurfs, to King Arthur, to The Witcher. We're actually doing a thing at the moment. It's all Witcher. It's not like hardcore Witcher related, but there's, it obviously is. All of that sort of stuff, and it's just good. It's just some solid stuff. Thoroughly enjoying it. Thoroughly enjoying it the mo. See, Sasori I don't mind playing as. He's fine. He's one of those characters. He's a cool dude. It is. Yeah, we are thoroughly enjoying the references and like it's the kind of it's a humor that we both like as well. We found that the humor is far less, I suppose, grating and just like ugh, as the mainline Borderlands games. Um, yeah, no, we're just thoroughly enjoying it. But for some reason, and we can't seem to work it out. Um, every time we play any kind of Borderlands, actually, any kind of Borderlands or Tiny Tina's, the boy gets really tired, like really easily. He'll like, we could probably be playing. We'll wake up 2 hours later, um, playing it, and he's like as fast asleep. Like it's weird. Like we don't know what's going on. What's going on? And it's only ever when we play those games that he just for some reason just falls into an absolute stupor, and it's weird. I'm just like, oh, I wonder if there's like, if it's like the kind of movement on the screen or something. I hope it's not because it's boring for him. Oh my goodness. What if I'm like a boring co-op partner? Wouldn't that be a goof? Lovely. Yeah, and the other thing too that I love, in Tiny T's that they do is they kind of like they allude to like behaviors that actual players of Dungeons and Dragons would have, or things that would actually happen in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I just think it's fantastic. Like they'll have like, they'll have people's true character, alluding to the fact that you have your character has an alignment. Not all players can stick to that alignment faithfully. But if you do, because you can get the whole inspiration buff and what's that buff perk thing in D&D, that the DM can give you when you're playing your character quite faithfully. Yeah, so they even allude to that. They've got the whole thing about like even the landscapes will change when you come into this place and they're like, oh, that doesn't that's not right. And it's like, fine, I guess they just see this here, and then the whole and then the what's that? The environment changes, or something appears. Something appears, and it changes dynamically. I like that. I like that a lot. Just I suppose the unpredictability of it. I mean, it's not so like handy, but things can happen instantly just because. I'm just gonna wait till he jumps in. Come dash in. Dash in, you want to. There we go. Oh, beans. Oh, come on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lovely jubbly. And thank you. Lovely. Right, where are we at? Got Rin and Toby White Masked. Lovely. Just whack him in the face with a log. Fabulous. Ow. Thank you. Oh goodness. Now I've got to try and eat the steak. It's going to be difficult, but we'll get there. Delicious. Alright. And then, oh no, of course we don't need another set. We just do the reverse. Hello.
Ice cream?
Have I had my ice cream?
You want one?
I've already had my ice cream.
Oh, you don't? Not gonna have your full one?
I'll have another half one.
Okay.
Are you gonna have ice cream now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get mine when I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause one can never have just one ice cream. Thank you. Alright, so characters. So my thing was characters with ultimate jutsu triggers that are just either in, like directly just around them or like a little bit right in front of them. I've always had trouble with, but I think I've cracked it. You gotta lure them into a chakra dash and then do it practically straight away. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Lovely. Excuse me. Right, well, we've got Karin and Younger again. I need to do that perfume spray way more. So I wonder if... Does it affect the base damage of the ultimate? Probably does. Because I mean, could you actually use the perfume spray? Use the perfume spray and then ultimate and then he's practically dead. Lovely. Fabulous. You coming into play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the boy coming in.
Toasty in here.
Is it toasty?
Well, it's a little bit toasty.
Yeah. We put the panel heater on, and there's the boy. He's gonna play his games. So I suppose I could give y'all a... swivel my webcam round. Just 1 second, I'll finish this.
Why didn't you swivel your camera around?
To show your desk.
My dish.
Oh.
I didn't see my dish.
I know, but they might, but like, not in... Wow. Oh, and the steak was lovely, thank you.
Oh, it's good.
It's funny in this. So like when you get them sort of half health, it does like an armor break thing where like their clothes kind of get all like roughed up. Most of the women's, they're like the top or the bottom half of their shirt will come off. So it's like it just shows their midriff, and the guys like maybe their sleeves might get a little bit scuffed, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like yeah, very Japanese, isn't it? Like they don't care.
No.
Alright. Sasuke, Taka, Lovely, and Deidara. Ah, now is this one? Possibly. I can't remember if Sasuke was in the Taka by this point.
Since the new Digimon game came out,
New Digimon.
Digimon Survive.
Did it? I haven't. Oh, it says that one. I haven't watched a Digimon show since I was like not even 15, like 12.
It's a hybrid visual novel and tactical RPG set in mysterious world.
Visual novel and tactical RPG. Whoa! So basically, 80% or 70% of the game will be the visual novel, because that's just how visual novels are, and the other 30% will be you'll go into a tactical RPG, finish it, and then you're now you're now visual novel for the next 3 hours.
Digimon was like trying to be the new Pokemon, just didn't work out.
Oh well, Digimon was really popular for quite a while.
I know.
Because I remember, I don't know what season it was. I'm wanting to say it was like the third Digimon series that came out, but it was my favorite one, and I loved it so much. So it was like the one where they had it, and then they kind of like, I want to say they had like these cards or these devices or something, and they could like fuse with their Digimon. And then there was a chick called Rika. I remember her name was Rika. And she was kind of like the cool kid. She was kind of like the Sasuke of that particular season of Digimon, where she's all like, I'm friends with no one because I'm so cool kind of thing. And then her Digimon was kind of like a mix between like a cat and a fox, as far as I can remember. It was like a white one, and then and then it can like digivolve, and then she can kind of like fuse with it as well. It was pretty cool. I just remember that. I don't remember many episodes, but I just remember that one. Because I remember there was like a bit where like I think they were in like a city somewhere, and then the Digimon like her Digimon, I can't remember what it was called, was like hurt or the bad guy like thing, and then she's like kneeling next to her, and she's like, oh no, whatever, and then it's like it cuts to like her device thing, and it's like Digi-evolution, and then her Digimon like evolves to like the stage 3 or stage 2 or something, and then it goes all like badass, and then it's able to beat the bad guy. I just remember just that one particular bit is all I can remember from that season, but I also just remember it being my favourite one. I might actually Google it 1 second. Lovely. Oh. Alright, Darui and Shisui. Lovely. Right. Oh, I just realised something. Oh my goodness, I've completely mucked that one up. I've just realised I didn't even play as Data versus... And I've just realised too that I've completely read my thing wrong. It's not Shisui versus Darui, it's Shisui versus the third Raikage, and then Darui versus Mifune after that. Ah, beans. That's alright. I can always adjust. As long as I haven't done this matchup before, I should be right. Well, that was a goof, wasn't it? Lovely. Right, Digimon Rika. Oh, Rika Nonica. She was Digimon Tamers was the series that it was. Her partner is Renamon.
With the white cable of it.
A white cable. Yes, there's one there. Alright, okay. I need to do some clearing. Okay, so actually no, first off I've got to do, before I forget, do Deidara versus Sasuke-taka. Lovely. Mm. Lovely. Fabulous. Ooh. Fabulous. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to update my list. So, sound's going to cut out for a bit. So we've got down to 19. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. And then I'm just going to go to my list. And it was did Shisui versus Darui. And so now W80. So now I've got to match it to my thingamabob. So this wasn't that. It was W80. And then it was, so that's Shisui. And then Darui, which is there. So it's actually W56 that I'm wanting. And we can go W56. Fabulous. Done. Lovely. And then we just minimize that. And then we go, bam, straight into it. Okay, so back on track. So now we're going to do what the fight that we should have done. Or one of the fights that we should have done, these two. I think. Just going to make sure we now, yes. Right now. And no. Might come a bit closer, sir. Oh, come on. Now don't get too close. Oh my goodness. I suppose he is in awakening mode, isn't he? Would want to get a bit close up. That was a show. Oh, you sorry, you're playing the game. He's playing Chivalry 2. I think. I think it's that game. Mm, 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 ah. Oh, and then, so in preparation for when we hit 10,000 not subscribers, 10,000 fights remaining, what I did, I found a Chrome extension, which you click a button and all this like confetti appears on your screen. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that. Like I can't think of anything else to do, so I'm gonna just do that to celebrate. So I was testing it out and I was showing the boy. And I think I clicked it one too many times because the frame rate did drop a little bit, and my computer just suddenly like was like screaming in pain, like stop. So I need to try and not do that when I do it for real. But yeah, because what I'll do is once I hit that number, because according to my list, I'll actually be able to hit that number quite cleanly too. And so once I hit that list, I'll pull up the spreadsheet, show y'all what's up, and then we'll do some confetti. Whoa! And because, of course, because my game is not going to be on, it's going to be to no sound, so I won't have any cheering sounds. I'm not that technically set up yet. That might come at number 5,000. I might have it all ready by then. But at least not for now. Or at least not... because the other thing too is that I can't play any copyrighted music as well either. So I need to be careful about that. Shikamaru. Fabulous. There we go. Lovely. Delicious. Oh no, God. Now, other thing too that I was thinking about is because there was that string of like 4 days in a row, I was unlocking the DLC characters by accident. I've got a fun end because now it seems to have stopped or heavily slowed down. So I'm thinking, because I need to check if the characters that I've unlocked so far are the ones that unlock without you having to do anything. There's no special unlock conditions to get them. So when you buy the Road to Boruto DLC, do those characters that I have unlocked, are they the ones that will come by default without you having to play through the adventure mode or the story mode that comes with it? Because if so, then that should be, technically be, I imagine, the only characters that I'll actually end up unlocking. Because there's no special conditions other than obviously a paywall behind them. Whereas the others require some more flags to be hit. I'm like curious, very curious, whether that theory is now correct. In which case, I shouldn't expect to unlock any more. But we'll see. My theory on why even, like, I don't even know why I've even unlocked them in the first place. That's the other stupid thing is, don't even know why we have unlocked them. Or that. Right now we're Kiba and Mifune. Again. Lovely. Apologies if the steak keeps hitting the microphone. I do apologise. I swear to God, by the end of the year, the microphone's going to stop working because it's caked in so much food. Come on. Right, catch him now. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Fabulous. You're winning.
What's that?
Are you winning?
I don't know. We're attacking.
You're attacking.
Indeed.
You got this.
Bots.
You're playing against bots?
Well, it's mostly bots.
Alright. Oh, does it fill the rest of the ranks with bots if you don't have enough players?
Yeah.
Oh, Bing, I should probably put that steak down, shouldn't I? Lovely. Because that, for some reason, is now hitting. I've never, like, there was a string of times where, about like 5 times in a row when I was playing as this guy, his ultimate was just not hitting at all. Hey. Stop. Lovely. And bam. Got him. Got him. Alright, next we got Sasuke Taka again and Yugito. Lovely. Whoa. goodness, come on. Oh, that's right, the other thing too. Oh, that's what I need to jump. So I haven't, because in Final Fantasy 14, the Moogle hunt, or the hunt for verity, I think it's called, is the next Moogle treasure trove hunt. With all the tombstones that come in, you can get the mounts. And there's 2 mounts that I need to get, and two minions that I need to get as well. And I need to get all the stuff. And I've worked out it's going to take me. So I think it's one of the raids, gives you 7 tombstones, and to get everything I want out of it, I need 194, I believe, which is going to take me approximately 27 runs of this particular raid or dungeon to get all the stuff that I need. So I've got to get on it with a quickness, because the end date for it is the launch of patch 6.3, which is, I believe, sometime mid to late August. So I've got to get a move on, because I need these mounts and I need the stuff. Because my life depends on it. My life literally depends on this. If I don't get this, I'll die. So, oh yeah, and then 6.3 has got the Island Sanctuary, yes. But yeah, so probably expect the next few Saturdays, Saturday nights, to probably be Final Fantasy 14 runs. Yeah, I'll try and get Thursdays back to Naruto days, and then Fridays to be Stranger of Paradise. Or I might even do Stranger of Paradise on Saturdays. And either way, probably do Stranger of Paradise on Fridays, and or whichever game happens to be on Fridays, and then Final Fantasy 14 on Saturdays. Fabulous. Lovely. Jubbly. Now, just played it. Okay, right, so next one is Kiba versus himself. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Right, now what's the best place for him? Probably check him in the village. Brown Akamaru. Lovely. Bam. My goodness. Bam. Right. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Alright. And now we've got Kabuto. Ugh. Ugh. Lick. Blech. Gross. Right, after these two, we'll be down to 10,008. Exciting. So I might actually, I'll update after this one, I think. Ugh. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Fabulous. Actually, no, not fabulous. Because I'm playing as Kabuto, so it's not fabulous. It's gross, it's disgusting, foul, and diseased, and awful. No, what am I doing? See, my brain doesn't even want to even just play against him because he's just so awful. Oh, come on. Stop. Nasty. Like, it just... I'm just sorry, but just imagine... Imagine... I don't know. Imagine you're like captain of a sports team and no, yeah, captain of a sports team, and you and the coach get like you've known each other for so long, you get along so well, you know, you look up to the coach because he's just such a great coach, and he's like, you know, he's helping lead your team to victory, and you guys got such a great relationship, and it's all that sort of stuff. Like, okay, set that scene, and then your coach unfortunately passes away. So what do you do? Rather than mourn the loss of him, obviously, and, you know, be like, that's okay, I'll just strive to, you know, carry on the good work. You're like, I love him so much, even though, and this is obviously not an accurate, like a fully accurate analogy in terms of Naruto anyway, but the sentiment's there. I'm getting the main feelings there. And so rather than be like, I love this guy so much, I'm gonna like get his skin and I'm gonna like graft it onto my arm in the hopes that like his body, like, or like his essence, like I can absorb his essence. I want to be the coach. Like, that's just weird. Like, that's just weird. Just like, why? Just, ugh. Because there's literally, not exactly, not like fully, but like I say, the sentiment's there. What Kabuto and Orochimaru's relationship is, it's just gross. It's like, oh yeah, Orochimaru's dead, but that's okay. I'll just fucking graft his skin, excuse my language, graft his skin onto my arm. And then now he's like, take it over. Well, it's not take it over, but now I'm absorbing his essence. It's just like, ugh. It's very anime, but just very, ugh. Bit creepy. I've just realised, because his, pretty sure when he does that, like, he got the whole black shading around his eyes. Some Tagaras. And now I'm actually confused. about why, and I'm probably confused when I probably don't need to be, because there will be a canonical explanation, but I can't exactly remember what it is, because in the manual for Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2 on the PS2, which is, as you all know, I keep bringing it up all the time, but it is literally my first experience with Naruto games, and it's where I get a lot of my love for it from. In the guide manual, or like the when games came with manual books, like remember that, it says that he's got the black things around his eyes because he's got insomnia, because he doesn't sleep. Because if he goes to sleep, then Shukaku's going to come out, and kill everyone. So he doesn't sleep, and so that's why he's got the black rings around his eyes. But then other people are like, oh no, he's got the black rings around his eyes because of like Shukaku. It's just a thing. But they'll just notice now with fourth Kazekage, and I mean, I'm sure it's explained, and if it is, I don't remember at all what it is. But when he was about to do his ultimate jutsu, he gets those black rings around his eyes as well. So now I'm just like, I need to Google this now. I need to start Googling these things. And now I'm thinking I probably should have had this fight in a Orochimaru's hideout or something. Probably would have been a bit better. Or a bit more fitting, should I say. Gross. Nasty. Disturbing. I'll have this one in a more fitting place. Oh damn. You okay? I'm assuming he's okay.
Me, sorry.
Yeah, you alright?
I think so.
You think so? Oh, beans. And as we know, we can't use ultimates with Kabuto. Lovely. Not lovely, but lovely. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll update the list, because we're actually now down to 2004. So we've got 4 more fights to go, and then we're down to 10,000. And then we can do our spreadsheet and our confetti, which would be great. Excuse me. There we go. I'll get that out of the way. Fabulous. Lovely jubbler. And then Sunday. Oh, the other thing too. So that's right. Because I was talking so more stuff that we found with the house, which is even great. Well, even great. It's not even a word. Anyway, so there in the not in the bathroom, in the kitchen was like a little like I won't say a bubble. It's not really a bubble, but like the laminates that the floor had on top. It was like a thin faux wood laminate on top, like at the front of the kitchen. It had all bubbled up, as if like the glue would sort of come off. And so we're like, what the hell? So the boy had a look yesterday, and so basically what had happened was, well, from what we can see, when whoever would put the laminates in, whoever did that didn't cut them short enough. So when they slotted, it was actually longer than it needed to be. So when they slotted it in, it would kind of have had that tension. They would have tried to lay it out flat, and it would just have had some tension in there that now has gotten to the point where it's just been like, I can't hold this anymore. I'm just now gonna like bend up because I need to bend up because I'm too long for this. So, oh my god, I've just done the wrong fight again. Oh, you're having a giggle. Oh, you're having a giggle. You're having a laugh. Oh my god. That's fine. I'll recover. So we're going to do, so it was meant to be Tsunade versus the fourth Kaze, and Yamato versus Mifune. Oh my god, I need to bloody check my eyes. It's been one of those weeks, I swear to god. I've been missing things left, right and centre. But hey, we'll recover. It's just the only danger of it is if I've done the fight before, I've technically doubled up on it. So hopefully I haven't, because then my numbers are going to be all off, but that's fine. We can recover. Because what I might do actually, I'd need to go on a wild break sometime soon anyway. So after this, what I'll probably do is go on like a quick 2-minute water break, and I gotta suss up my numbers. And then yeah. So who was I just playing as fourth Kaze? Lovely. Bam. See, now this... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Or night, or wherever you so happen to be. goodness. Right, come on. There we go. Lovely jubbly. There we are. Now his eyes. See, his eyes get the rings around that. No, I need to Google that. I need to Google that. Why that's happening? Because according to the Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2 book on the PS2, it says the guy only got it because he ain't be sleeping. So don't tell me his dad don't be sleeping either. That's all I'll say about that. Things aren't adding up. I don't need these retcons in my life. Anyway, before all that, we are now down to officially 10,000 fights to go. Alright. So what that means essentially is we've done 1,127 fights so far in 19 days, which is an accomplishment, but we've got 10,000 to go. So I did say that when we did hit this number, I would show the spreadsheet where I'm tracking this all. And I've got my little confetti gun. So let's do it. So the sound will cut out. So do apologise. So if I'm just going to make sure I've got to do this right in my thingy. So then we go, oh, magic. Look at this. Okay, anyway. So this is me giant spreadsheet. I've pre-populated. Yeah, so this should match the fights we've done. I've actually got it because I've done some wrong matchups. I actually have to adjust this, but essentially is, so we have this loveliness. So it is, I do love my spreadsheets. The more I learn about Excel, the more I start doing things. But anyway, so we have finished 10.8% of the entire thing. We've done 10%, or 10.8 should I say. So we got Naruto, and then it just literally goes all the way down all the way to Hanabi there, and then we go all the way to top, and then we go all the way across to Hanabi over there. Now the greens are my wins, and the reds are my losses. So I think I've done 8 losses so far. So if we zoom out what that looks like, oh, beautiful, oh, amazing, oh, fantastic. Oh wait, no, I can't zoom no more, that's fine. But yeah, so that's how much we've been done. So there are a lot of gaps, but hey, and because we've reached 10,000, little confetti, oh my goodness. It's just a Chrome extension I downloaded. It's like a confetti gun thing, but we hit 10,000. Next time when we hit a milestone, I'll have something a bit more climactic, but this is what I got for V1. Anyway, and I can hear my computer going off because it doesn't like the confetti. Anyway, so then just to give a little behind the scenes info into how I actually generate this. So all the fights I'm just now I do randomly generate them, but here's my list. So this here, don't ask why it's a triangle, it's just the way it worked out. These are all, each cell maps to the two, the pairing. So, and this list down to here is what I'm using to track which fights I've done. So I'll actually need to go in, because I did the wrong matchup. So I'll actually need to go, it'll be Yamato versus Fourth Kaze, and Tsunade versus Mifune. There. So I track all that, and then I, get the ones that I've done for the day, and then fill in the grid here. But then that's pretty much how I'm tracking it. I can guarantee you what will happen is, and because it always happens, and I don't know why, but it just must be one of those things. I guarantee you I will get to the last 20 fights, and I've realized A, I've done less fights than I thought I have, or B, I've done more fights than I've thought I've had, or that I've recorded. So we'll get to a point, whether that's at 20, whether that's at 100, we'll get to a point where I kind of have a beans moment. I've miscalculated somewhere, and then we'll see what comes of it. But anyway, let's do some more. 10,000! We hit 10,000! Let's go, 10,000 to go. Alright. And then my computer doesn't like it. But anyway, so that's that. And now we go back to the game. So got to go live scene first, and then flick that back on to get okay, so the soundness is just how my computer plays with Steam and other things. But anyway, we're good to go. So before I carry on, we're just going to take a little quick break so I can get some water, and get some water too because we need to stay hydrated. And yeah, but I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Have a good one. Be right back. Hmm?
It's only a little bit left. I didn't realise how much was left. I thought there was quite a bit.
We're back. Oh, hello. We're back. Oh my goodness. Oh, and also, just while I remember, so we've got the boy set up there. He's just chilling, having a geese. Nice little setup. You can wave to that camera. Probably not, actually. Right, where are we? We're there. I've got my screen over there. That's why I'm looking this way. Fabulous. Well, there's the boy in the back. Anyway. So, got my ice cream again. Another salted caramel. The last of the salted caramel. Had my water. Delicious. Let's go. Let's continue. First off, gotta bring my list up again. Okay. Let's go. So, next we got back into it. Naruto and May. Oh, and I've just thought of it, and so I've decided that the ultimate leaderboard of deliciousness will start January 1st, 2023. But before then, I'm gonna get all the details sorted. All the details need to be fleshed out. So, one is, how am I eating the ice cream? And what I mean by that, what medium am I using to eat the ice cream with? Am I eating ice creams from a cone, or am I eating them from a bowl? Because technically, this ice cream is absolutely delicious. And would it be more delicious in a bowl or in a cone? Like, because the cone, you get the whole with the cone you get the whole, like, you get the flavour of the waffle cone mixed in with the ice cream. Whereas with the bowl, it's just pure ice cream. So I suppose when you eat the ice cream just from the bowl, you can really properly assess the ice cream in its purest form. Whereas when you eat it from a cone, you're kind of having to, like, pass the taste of the cone from the taste of the ice cream. And maybe the cone is enhancing the flavour of the ice cream. But then you wouldn't, like, is that what you're trying to, is that warm?
Not really.
I can notice when I walk in that it's a little bit warmer.
A little bit warmer, but not like.
We're just trying to suss out the panel heater. If it doesn't heat the room up and my power bill is like $20, I'm gonna be very upset. But I won't blame you, I'll blame the panel heater for that. Because depending on where you go on the interwebs, it's either very cheap or very expensive to run. Oh, come on. Oh look, he's not doing his bloody soccer ball move every 10 seconds. I lie. Oh no, I've got cone in my head. Oh, come on. But there we go. Does it? He just does it every 10 seconds. Oh. And there we go. Again. Just loves it. And bet she's gonna do it again. Bet she's gonna do it again. Fabulous. What? Alright. Oh goodness, I'm hitting my bloody... Every single time, I swear to God, without fail, I get brain freeze. Right, and young Choji. Where are we? There. Anyway, just while I remember, back to my ice creamness. So, essentially, I need to decide, should all ice creams be eaten in the purest possible form? So, and what I mean by that is, when it's like a packet ice cream, on a stick or already on a cone, you eat it like that. You don't do what some people do, which I find absolutely blasphemous, which is when you have the ones on a stick, they take it off the stick and put it in a bowl. I'm like, no, 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 no. Because the other thing too is that because one of my rating one of my ratings is on the has the ice cream achieved what it set out to do? And so to do that, as part of that rating criteria, has the ice cream on a stick succeeded at being an ice cream on a stick? And by that, does it mean, have they created have they compiled it in such a way that it's just gonna disintegrate off a stick? Because there are some ice creams out there that like you start biting them, and they just crumble in your hands. Like the shell comes off and just falls apart, and it's just now just because you're just standing there, like ice cream in one hand, trying to hold the remnants of the shell of it in the other. You got chocolate melting all over your hands. It's just a tragic day. So while it may get 5+ on taste, it's getting a 1 star on success. It did not succeed. It might, like, if it was trying to be, let's say it was like a mango passion fruit swirl thing on a stick with a, I don't know, with a passion fruit shell around the outside, and it was trying to evoke feelings of being on a holiday in the tropics, you know, like you're on a resort island. Well, you know, did the flavour remind me of being on a tropical island? So I could, you know, have to judge it on that. But then at the same time, did it also succeed at being a thing on a stick? And if it's fallen apart in my hands, no, it didn't. So that means it cannot get a full 5-star rating for purpose. So, and that's how I've got a thing. See, taste will just be a purely subjective, did that taste good? And, you know, that's just clear cut, doesn't need to be anything fancier than that. Obviously with, you know, when it comes to like your dairy-frees and your gluten-free ice creams and things like that, I might have to be a bit more lenient, just because, just by design, they will not be as flavorful, should I say. Not all. There may be some that are just like a flavor explosion, but generally I'm not expecting them to be. Your shared games are now available to play. I got that little pop up. Oh, you must have turned your game off. That'll be why. Anyway, now is this a lawful? No, but I'll do the Hokage mention anyway. Yeah, so taste is just like purely subjective. I'll be a bit more lenient on like the dairy-free ones, the ones made with like almond milk and stuff, just because by essence they will never beat like, well, then again they might. They'll never beat like, I don't know, Ben & Jerry's mint chocolate, or Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. That's amazing. That is beautiful. And then the other thing too, and now I'm thinking about Ben & Jerry's, because there's a Ben & Jerry's shop in town that we sometimes go to. It's hella expensive, but like it's delicious. And then I'm thinking, I did talk about this, because it's like, what happens if there's like because of how some restaurants have they make their own ice cream flavors, or maybe they probably just buy in the ice cream flavors, but hey, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that they had a patisserie chef who makes them or whatever. Anyway, but you know, so how am I going to rate those? Because technically I should be including them on the list. So then I was thinking, I've got to be, you know, not an Instagram person, but try and take a picture of it in a way that makes them not think that I'm an Instagram person, and prepare my notes beforehand, so then on stream I can be like, here's a pic, here's my notes, discuss it, and then add it to the leaderboard. I suppose I should probably do the same thing, so like on like when I go to Ben & Jerry's, because I know that we can get like the Ben & Jerry's tubs of stuff, but they always never seem to have the full range of flavors, or at least the ones on the shelves in New Zealand anyway. Or maybe we're just not looking in the right place. But anyway, so when we go to Ben & Jerry's and get like my strawberry cheesecake, oh my god, and like I get we get 2 scoops, mint chocolate and strawberry cheesecake. Beautiful. So I'll need to take a picture of that thing as well. And I also need to keep reminding myself to not get the rainbow sprinkles dipped cone, because they layer, like, obviously to put the sprinkles on, they dip it in chocolate sauce and then they put the sprinkles on. But because the chocolate is so thick and it's on the inside and outside, just the cone is enough to fill you up. Like, it gets to the point where I'm just like, This is too much. It's too much. So I need to keep reminding myself to not get the sprinkle cone if I want to have a good time. Yeah. And then I suppose then, if I'm getting the Ben and so Ben and Jerry's actually be a good example of one. So obviously you can get it in the tub, pure form, or you can get it in a cone. So I suppose when I get it in a tub, you eat it out of the tub, or you put it in a bowl. No, probably eat it out of the tub. And then you're rating it. Does it succeed in being ice cream in a tub? And then when I'm getting it in the cone, or if it's a flavour that I'm getting in a cone, does it meld? Does it mesh with the coneness? Is it an ice cream that can be enjoyed in a cone? Should I say? Yeah, I need to see all these details. All these details I need to think about. I'm probably going like far too handy, and you're probably all just like, "Why are you overcomplicating this?" But I'm like, "Hey, it's just something I need to do." Just something I need to do. Alright. Stop. Stop. Lovely, I'll just get that out of the way, because then it gives me some breathing room, so maybe my substitutions will fill up. Yeah, we go. Oh, of course, I'll just balls that one up again. And I think I've also noticed a glitch, and I think it's because it happens and it confuses me every time I play as Naruto. Or does it confuse me? Maybe it doesn't confuse me. No, actually no, it doesn't confuse me. It's just the way that they structure when you're choosing between the different jutsus. So like, okay, for this example, I pick on here. And so I think that this is the jutsu and this is the ultimate, but it's actually the other way around. This is the ultimate and this is the jutsu. But then, because you look at the color coding, but then if we jump over to here, this is the jutsu and this is the ultimate. So they've got the coloring the wrong way around. And that's why I keep getting confused, because I keep thinking when I'm playing as the Sage version of Naruto, or the Six Paths version of Naruto. Oh my god, I've just realised something else. Oh my god, I've done another wrong fight again. Oh my god. Sorry. So when I was playing as Naruto the Six Paths, I was actually meant to be playing as the Toad Sage version of Naruto. Oh, for fuck's sake. My goodness, I'm losing my marbles. I'm genuinely losing my marbles today. That's now the fourth time or third instance that I've ballsed it up. Maybe even the fourth time. I think it's the fourth instance. But hey, we'll see how we go. Nope. Fabulous. So that's not going to change. Oh my goodness. Because now the days of the danger I run in is if I've done the Naruto 6 Path versus May fight before, I've now doubled up. My numbers are all going to be off, and I'm going to have a meltdown, and I'm going to cry, and I'm going to come back, and I'm like, sorry guys, there isn't a day 20. I'm a disappointment and a failure, and I need to end it now. I'm just ending this whole thing, because I've ruined my numbers, and I can't recover. I can't do it. Or I just change my naming conventions, because when I've got my list of the ones that I'm doing, I give them like for like ones like or I shorten the names, should I say. So like I don't type out Madara reanimation or something, or Itachi reanimation, I'll do like Itachi Rian or something, just so I know. But then of course, so Naruto, I've got Naruto Na 6 Na Kurama, which is like his not like the kind of the mode he goes into after training with B. Na Sage, which is meant to be the Toad Sage one, and then Na Rasen, which is just the normal Naruto. Similar scheme with Sasuke. And so my Na Sage it's not the first time I've done it either. Na Sage, I'm just immediately defaulting to picking the 6 paths one, and I think it's because like because I think Obito, he's like his one where he kind of looks like Madara is considered sage, but then Madara's is 6 paths. It's just the naming convention that they use in the game is what I've tried to copy, and even that's now confusing. So I keep confusing myself, and I have to change it, but we'll see. I should probably call it like Na Toad, or yeah, Nah Toad or something, which will probably stop me from yeah. Right, so that's that, and then Sasuke and knee. Do that one. Who was I just playing as? Ina. Lovely. Right, I'll update the list after this to, because now we're down to 9,990. We're finally no longer 5 digits. We're down in the 4 digits. Bam. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Thank you. Just whack her in the back. Alrighty. Delicious. Oh, the stream's disconnected. Have you been kicked out of your game? Is your internet working?
What's that?
Is your internet working?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why?
My stream's disconnected. There we are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my stream disconnected just like a minute ago. I think I'm back. I hope my stream didn't just disconnect, guys. Well, you'll be able. Well, no, you won't. You won't be able to. Well, you might see how long I've been going for. Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm back online. I'm connected back to the chat room. Huh? Oh, was it? Oh, I just need to update my list. Because now we're down to 9,990. Yeah, how does it say how long I've been going for? Oh, actually.
Can't see.
It will say like down the if you scroll down a little bit. Say in the right hand side.
43 seconds.
23 seconds. Oh, beans, I did disconnect. Yeah, I hope I didn't knock something. Oh no, I wouldn't have knocked something.
No.
Nah, I think it was just went down briefly.
Yeah, I think it's just this quick disconnect.
Yeah,
You got one person here. I think that's me.
yeah, think so. Did I get him? Oh, got him. Fabulous. You can turn that off if you want.
Turn the sound off.
Okay.
Wait, what if the camera viewed at me as well?
What do you mean?
I can see myself.
Yeah. You could before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, what do I need to do? A rematch? Return to carrot select? Is that okay? Of course it is. Alright. Do that one. And who's it? That Sakura. Boom. Beans. Hey, stop. I swear to goodness, the AI's just now just gone Mr. Aggressive. I swear to beans. Right, and now lovely. Bam. Bam. Dead. Okay, now we've got Sasuke Orochi. Orochi and Y. Shikamaru. So that's my nicknames for the base version of Sasuke. And actually I'll go like that one. Yeah, for the base version of Sasuke, and then the young ones. So it's like young Shikamaru. Yes. Lovely. Fabulous. And bam. And then finish it off. Oh, come on. Bro, you're supposed to let me like... Oh, come on. Right now. Oh, come on. Let me finish it when I say I do. Right now. And then now. There we go. Got it. Bam. to me, everyone's a amateur. So edgy. Right, I've got young Shikamaru and Sasuke. Bam. Yeah, I far prefer young Shikamaru to old Shikamaru. Just old Shikamaru's his jutsus and his ultimate trigger is just very, I don't want to say impractical is the wrong word, but annoying to use, I think. Ow. Alright, so now got Kaguya and Fu. How far are we? We are... What chapter are we in Tiny Tina's?
I don't even know. We're just doing side quests.
We
Just past the sand place, I think.
yeah, so we're doing a side quest in the Sunfang Oasis, and we've got to go to Osugol. Why do we have to go there? We've got the Wested. We've helped him, and then now we've got to go. Try to remember why we have to go to this place. To do something, I'm sure. But yeah, so we're so that's where we is. But we're doing side quests at Limo. Oh my god, I got it with that last one. Oh, not too far. Cool. Cool, yeah, because I get the feeling we must be nearing the end. I think we're definitely in the last third, I'd say. Oh, it's always with her, isn't it? It's always with that character. It's just that's the annoying thing about fighting the AI is that if the AI is just assigned to be an ass that particular day, that particular fight, they will they'll just as soon as you hit the substitution, they'll just be dashing straight into you, like before you've even time for your brain to register that things happened. They've already started their assault. It's frustrating would be the wrong word again, but and unfair would be the wrong word too. I mean, you're playing against a computer, so it's just could do without it. But then I suppose it would be too easy, wouldn't it? Oh, come on. Yeah, but I'd say overall we're definitely enjoying Tiny Tina's far more than like the main Borderlands series. I was like, I think at the end of the day it'll be whatever makes them the most money that they'll carry on with. But I would hope, I don't know how well, I suppose I wasn't keeping track of how well Tiny Tina's did, but I would hope that they do more along that sort of vein of game, because we're just something about it, just all the pieces just combined, they seem, for us anyway, for what we sort of like in our gums, we're just enjoying it far more than the others. It does it does it's just like there's, I mean, obviously Borderlands has heaps of references to to pop culture, but there's, I don't know, just this, it just seems to, I don't know, just something about it. Like the spells are more interesting than grenades. The references I like. We like the locations. They're far more creative locations, I think. I think that's what it is, because they can be far more creative and imaginative with what they can do with the landscape, and for the environments and the spells and all that sort of stuff. I mean, they could anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, it just seems to just be a bit. It's just got a pizzazz. It's just got something. Oh, and the best thing too is that they've got a SpongeBob reference in it. I think that's how you know it's true quality, is when it's got a SpongeBob reference in it. And I won't say what it is for those who haven't found it, who have played but haven't found it. I won't spoil where it is or what it is, because where it is might give an indication of as to what it is. So I won't say that much, but I'll just say in the game somewhere is a SpongeBob reference, and it's fantastic. And it's one that if you were going for like 100%, 100% completion, you would find it, because it's next to one of the lucky dice. But yes, just it is very good, and because it's got a SpongeBob reference, like it's already 10 out of 10. Like, even if it was just literally just a game where you just walk down a path and then see a SpongeBob reference, it's already 10 out of 10. Like all it needs, because we haven't found, like, because there's so many references, I'm always like curious as to, I want to see, like, I don't even want to do it once I've like finished playing the game, put the game down, won't play it again, sort of thing. So when I get to that point, that I want to like read like a master compilation list of all the references in the game, and see which ones I found, see which ones I missed as well, and whether it's like if they give an indication of what it actually is, or just like, oh, there's a Elder Scrolls reference in this place, or there's a, I don't know, a God of War reference in this place, then I would probably go and look for it. But yeah, but it's definitely, it is one of those games where I am just curious as to what else is there, because of those sorts of games, they jam pack them with references as well. It's not like 2 or 3, it's like 50. Got him. Fabulous. Alright. And then we got B and pain next. Alright, so we got B and pain. Lovely. Is that panel heater still on?
Yeah. Still like a little bit now. I'm gonna put up to 28, but like.
28?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't think it already does much. So I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just got a feeling it's going to use heaps of power and not do anything. Which is for me what those oil heaters are. I don't think I've ever been in a room with an oil heater and been like, wow, that heater's good.
Yeah. I'll switch it off.
Yeah. I mean the only type of heat that for me is true and pure and amazing and is reliable is warm blankets. And warm blankets. And warm quilts. Honestly, if you want maximum coziness, you make yourself a quilt blanket sandwich. So what you do is you get blanket 1 and you lay blanket 1 like along your bed sheet. You lay it underneath. So you'd be lying on top of the blanket. And then you get another blanket and you layer that on top of you. So now you're in a blanket sandwich. And then you get and then you just get your quilt or duvet, if you call it that. And then you put that on top. And then you are in a blanket quilt sandwich. And you will be cozy and warm within about 20 seconds guaranteed. Like guaranteed. Oh, beans. Well, beans, I'm going to have to forego the ultimate if I'm going to win that. I don't mind. I don't mind too much. I'd rather win than lose, even if it is against the AI. But hey. That's fine. The only prize I'm winning at the end of this is satisfaction. Did you get Blanco?
There is like a slight difference, but not like.
Not a major difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Bam. You know when you get like when you think about those moments in time where you're just like everything was just like right in the world. So like you get those meme things where it's, you know, it's 8 p.m. You've got your mates around for a sleepover. You've got like Guitar Hero on Guitar Hero on the TV, potato chips in the bowl, like life is good, you know. For me, one of those instances is when Yu-Gi-Oh! First was a thing, and then you'd be buying the first packs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. That for me is just always like a fond memory of just having like the first set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, because you'd get the Yugi deck, you'd get the Kaiba deck, and you'd get the Pegasus deck. Well, like the three main ones that you'd get, and they'd all have the cards from them. I just remember you'd open up your pack and just like the smell of it was good. It was like one of those kind of like the good book smells. We just like, yes, this is some quality stuff. And then yeah, you open up and it's like, oh my god, it's the card that they played at that one episode. And all the manga readers are like, chumps. Like we read about that ages ago. But anyway, I actually don't know if the anime or the manga came first. But anyway, I'm pretty sure manga did. Usually does. Anyway, yeah. So then you would get the you know, open it up, and then you'd be playing with your mates, and it was just a good time. Like it was just a simpler time. Like I have had it for God knows how long. Over 15 years easily, like 16, 17 years. I remember we bought it from the warehouse. It was the Yu-Gi-Oh card catalogue. So it was probably a good, I want to say year or 2 years. Probably about a year and a half, probably. Then again, my perception of time back then is very warped. But anyway, but it was essentially like one of those like big, kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent of like the Pokemon full Pokedex books, where it's just got everything. So this one was the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent. So it had every card all broken up into the decks that you'd get, and the expansion packs as well. And it included at the back the the special cards that you'd only get from McDonald's deals as well. It was like it was like MCG pack or something. It was like 3 cards that were McDonald's exclusives. That even included those. But yeah, so I had that, and it would have, so I had the card, it had all the stats, and then it had like a teeny, did it have a description? I feel like it did have a description in it. But I have that. It's in, like, I don't have the front cover anymore. Most of the pages are like crinkled to shreds. And I'm pretty sure I've lost like 2 pages because it's just sort of just come apart as a book. But I've still got it, and it's just like, it's one of those things that you just like, you keep forever, and you whip it out in like 50 years time. You're like, oh my god, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you just like, kind of like the bit where like when you clean your room, and then like an hour later you're like, you've found all these old like scarves and things, and now you're wearing all the scarves, and you found these old books that you're now just sitting on the bed like reading these old books, wearing your scarves and wearing some fancy rings that you've also got. Like, it's, you know, it's one of those moments. One of those moments. Lovely. Right, who have we got after this? I might actually, I'll update the list, because now we're down to 78. Fabulous. Goodness, we've gone through so many. Alright, so I'll just update the list. Fabuloso. I've got Naruto Rasen's, it's this one, and we'll go, let's do that one. And who are we facing? Conan. No, not you, that one. Excuse me. So definitely another memory was when Naruto was first a thing. For me also as well, when Duel Masters was first thing. So Duel Masters were probably, I'm assuming now if I picked up a, you know, the new deck that came out now, there'd be about like 50 rules and I would have no idea. All I remembered was, in a turn you can play as many, can't remember if you could play as many cards as you wanted to. I know that you definitely, you know, you could play as many cards as you want to. You place your trap cards face down, you place your magic cards face up. You could also play your magic cards face down. You'd have your monsters, and then depending on the number of like little stars that they had, I think it was 1 to 4 stars you can play with, you know, with no problem. 5 to 6 you had to sacrifice 1 creature to summon it. 7, 8 and 9 you had to sacrifice 2, and then 10 onwards you had to sacrifice 3. I'm pretty sure, could be wrong. And then and then monsters you could place face down as well, because then it was like trap monsters. And then they introduce like fusion cards, so you had to have polymerization, I'm pretty sure. Do you have polymerization? Yeah, yeah, polymerization, and then you could fuse two cards to then summon your fusion card. And then they had ritual cards. That was it. So you had to have the ritual, and you had to have something else. I can't remember what the other ones were. Maybe you had to have two other cards that were specifically for that ritual, and then you can then summon your ritual card. And then they had like the field cards. So there was one called Yami, I remember, and that did like all dark aspected monsters got like plus 500 attack. Oh my goodness, it's all coming back to me. Oh. But yeah, definitely like Magic the Gathering, which has so many rules. Like, oh my goodness. But then obviously it all depends on the cards that you're playing, because some rules are just dependent on what the monster's ability is. But yeah, and then Duel Masters was another one. Duel Masters I loved it. And solid TV show. Very, very short lived. Was trying to be the next Yu-Gi-Oh. Didn't quite make it. Died out within a few years, I think. I've still got heaps. I've still got all my cards from it, and I remember that. Was it BK or Mechas again? I feel it was BK this time. But yeah, but then they had some cards you could get from your little Happy Meals. I'm pretty sure. So I've still got those cards, and then that was solid. That was a solid game. And Duel Masters PS2 game is a solid game. It is good. Because there's 5 characters that you can actually play as. You can do the campaign as. And because each character was kind of like, had like, was one guy was the fire guy and one guy was the water girl. And then there was, all I remember was there was a guy who was like the light elemented guy. He was a guy called Luke, like Luc, and he had a whitey yellow hoodie on. That's what I remember. And I think the bad guy in each of the campaigns is the same, essentially. But then obviously it's a different kind of person, so it's different sort of characters. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good game. That was a solid game. And because it was like 3D as well, so like you summon, you can see your 3D model of your creatures on the battlefield, so you can see them attack and stuff. It was pretty sick. I very much enjoyed it. Yeah. And I actually found when we were emptying out when I was emptying out some of my boxes, I actually found the because I've got one of those like card folders where with all the little slots where you can put in your cards, and so there's one I've got, and in it is a mishmash of all kinds of stuff. So one is I've got 2 Magic the Gathering decks that I've got all the cards laid out in there. I've got a pack. I think one of my trips to England. I've got a pack of got one of the Doctor Who, or maybe it was Sarah Jane Adventures. It was Doctor Who magazines that would come out. Layout change. Layout change. One of the Doctor Who magazines, and it came with a pack of cards because there was a Doctor Who trading card game, because there's a trading card game for everything. So I've got that pack of cards there. I've got my favourite, like back when I was still into Duel Masters, and I think I'd just been introduced to Magic the Gathering by my parents. I picked like my top 9, because in those folders there's always 9 slots on a page. Picked my top 9 favorite like looking cards from Magic the Gathering and from Duel Masters for each like color or element. So I've got those all laid out there. I've also got what else have I got? Oh, I've got all my knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So one of my friends at school, don't know where she got them from, Don't know how she got them, but she just had them, and I don't even know why I've even got them, how they even handed over to me. But anyway, she managed to get a whole, probably about like 20 knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they're fabulous. The names are just amazing. Like, rather than, it's like a giant red hedgehog porcupine looking thing with just like heaps of sharp needles, and it's called something ridiculous like thousand needle large hedgehog pig or something is the name of the card. Obviously not his real name. And then like massive gateway that leads human, or that leads place, something, just really just awfully translated names, and that's what these things are. So I've got all of those. Oh, and they're also in lovely colours. So you've got like bright neon greens and pinks for the card colours, not the standard like brown, purple, blue, or teal. None of that. It's got some very garish colours. Oh my goodness, bruh. Thank you. Yes, I got that, and then I've got one card. I only ever got one, and I got the figure for it, and I'm pretty sure I got the dice for it as well. But there was that point in time where Yu-Gi-Oh decided, hey, I need to have a spin-off, and it got introduced in. Was it a spin-off? No, it wasn't a spin-off. It was like a series of episodes or something where they had dungeon dice monsters or dual dice monster, or dice duel, something. Anyway, there was a character called, in the anime, called Devlin. I'm pretty sure his name was Devlin. I'm probably very wrong on that. And it was essentially like it was a new version of the game that had been created by someone, I'm guessing, and you would have you'd have this giant like grid of squares, and what would you do? You'd have a dice, and you'd roll, like, they roll the dice, and then they like push it into the board, and it like the dice unravels, and that's like the space that your monsters can walk on or something. It was a weird sort of thing. But then I think they tried to then sell it, like in the real world. They tried to then have that as the Yu-Gi-Oh spin-off, but obviously it never took on because it was just complicated, and people were like, Yu-Gi-Oh's fine, we don't need it. But there was a Buster Blade, I think it was. Buster Blade? Buster something? Buster Swordsman, I think that's the name of it. But I got one of the card for that, and I'm pretty sure, because I distinctly remember that when you got it, you also got the figure, and you got a dice with that. And obviously that's been lost to oblivion since, but I've still got the card, and just seeing it every now and then, I'm like, oh, that's right, that existed. That was a thing at one point in time. Just like, goodness, how old would I have been when that came out? Like 10, 11, something like that. I wonder what it was called. Actually, have a Google what it was called. Don't want Digimon anymore. I want who was I facing just then? Naruto last. I was facing him, wasn't I? What was it? Dungeon? It was like Dungeon Dice Monsters. It was called Dungeon Dice Monsters. Hehe. Look at me, I'm so smart. Oh, the first thing that comes up when I go Dungeon Dice Monsters, not Yu-Gi-Oh, is Dungeon Saga Dwarf King's Quest box set something for $126. Cool. It's not at all what I'm after, but hey. But there seems to have been a Game Boy game that came out for Dungeon Dice Monsters. So it was back in the, yeah, so it'll be early 2000s, back in the era when Game Boy Advance was still a thing. God, I even remember the ads on TV for like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. A blast from the past. Oh no. Right. There we go, got him. Right, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters. Let's go on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. There we are, the true source of Yu-Gi-Oh! Information, as we all know. Is a board game in the anime. Duke Devlin, that was his name. Duke Devlin. Seen in both the manga and in the anime. Terminology. Oh, that's right, you have dice. Oh my goodness, it's all coming back to me. Okay, right, what's next? Sasori and Yukito. Oh my god, and then you have attack crests and defense crests. Oh, why is this all sounding so familiar? It's lovely. Hey lady, do you want to stop like jumping around and let me attack you, please? Much appreciated. Yeah, got her before she did the throw. Lovely jubbly. And beans. And it's just eating the input for the and that's the problem. I've noticed that with a couple of puppet users, is that when the puppet's on the ground, if you do the timing of setting off a jutsu wrong, it will just eat the input. You'll lose the chakra for it, but it won't do anything. Won't even start the animation. Just stupid. Alright. Game progress, advanced game. Public reactions. While quite a bit of hype surrounded the game before its release, sales were low and few expansions were released. In English, 7 booster pack sets were planned, but the line was cancelled after set 4 due to lack of support by fans. Yeah, that sounds about right. I just knew it was a thing for like I just remember it being a thing. Again, my sense of time is warped, so it was probably something like a year and a half. Feels more like 2 months. Yeah. I mean, good on them for trying. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you would think, you know, they'd be sitting themselves in Konami HQ. It was Konami who did it, wasn't it? Yeah. They'd be sitting there in Konami HQ, being like, "Hey, this bubble needs to burst at some point. We can't just keep doing the same old thing. What else can we do?" And someone said, "Hey, let's do this." You know, and they're like, "You know what? Let's give it a shot." But alas, not all risks pay off. Dungeon tiles. Instead of molded plastic six-sided die, the dice were snapped together and unfolded on hinges into the dungeon path tiles. Yeah, because I was remembering in the TV show, they'd like roll the dice and then they'd like push it in into the board and it would go and do like, mark out the paths and stuff. I was wondering how they do that in practice. This was to affect the dice going out of use when used. While good in theory, the dice tended to be hard to lay flat on the board and use as a path. Most dice could only be unfolded in one pattern, e.g. the standard cross formation, but many dice from booster packs provided a second dimension layout. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's all well and good coming up with an idea. Yeah, in an anime you can do anything, anything you want, and you'll be able to work logistically. But in practice, not so much in the real world. Been playing as Dunzo. Dunzo's had like 4 or 5 times in the set of fights. I reckon, because we've got about 15 mins, and where are we? I think after this we're down to 68, so I could probably see if I can get down to 60. 9,960, which would be decent. Lovely. Right, and then I need to, because now I'm curious about the whole Digimon thing. Digimon, what was it, Tamers? Oh, when did it come out? Oh my goodness, when did 77.6% on IMDb in my anime list. Wow. Q. Oh, April 2001. Oh my goodness. I would have watched it when I was like 6 then. Oh, unless it was Japan release date. No, that might have been Japan release date. It would have come out in the West far later. Oh, beautiful. It only had 3 seasons. The series aired in Japan. Oh, from April 2001 to... yeah, that sounds about right. Had 51 episodes. Jeez, that's not very many. And then, lovely. Okay, so what was the plot? Finds a blue card which transforms his card reader into a depowered Digivice. His original Digimon creation, Guilmon, materializes into real life when his depower scans his drawings. He met Henry Wong and Rika Nonaka, 2 other children who are partnered with Terriermon and Renamon, as well as Kalumon and Impmon. Okay, right, what's after that? Hashirama and Kimimaro. No, I'll do that one, that one. Lovely. And then was wild Digimon began roaming Shinjuku. The Tamers defeat them and defend the city. Using their D-powers, the Tamers can Digimodify through scanning cards or help them Digivolve. Yeah, that's it. After each Digimon is defeated, the Digimon obtains their data. Meanwhile, Hypnos, an intelligence agency led by Mitsuo Yamaki, has been capturing the Digimon and sending them back to the digital world. Oh. Fabulous. And then... Right, and then... Oh, come on! Dead. Dead. There we are. Fabulous. Okay. Alright. So next, we've got Kibimato. And... Oh, shit. Do you know what I've just realised now as well? I don't remember playing as Kimimaro before, and he faced Sakura, didn't he? Oh goodness, golly gracious. I'm like, I remember seeing him pull his ultimate when I was facing him, Sakura, but I don't remember doing it myself. Oh, beans. That means if I've got to be true to myself, I need to do one more fight. Or did I? Have I? Yes, Sakura versus Kimimaro. That was one of my first ones as well. Beans. Okay, I might just do that as like one last bonus fight. No, I'll do it now. I need to be true to myself. So we're just going to do a thing versus thing, be a quick win. Just so I feel true to myself that I've done it. I mean, I could just blitz past and say that I haven't. But then again, now that I'm thinking about it, my numbers still add up. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna look back, and if I need to do it again, I'll do it. I'll do it as the first one and the next one. I'll trust that I've done it. I am going mad today, so I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my god, is there bloody another Danzo fight? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I've got to trust that I've done it. I wouldn't be surprised if I haven't, but I'll have a look back and see if I did. Oh great, it's my favourite character to play as. Isn't this so great? Isn't Tintin so great to play as? I'm just gonna do 2 ultimates in a row. Seeing it, even an ultimate is rubbish. Like, surely she needs to be able to do far more damage than that. I'm just not feeling the magic. Just not feeling that magic with her. Eh. God, her legs are so skinny. My goodness. Haha, gotta. Using. Right. Next we've got Tobirama and Deidara. And who did I just say Deidara? Lovely. Bam. That was the other thing. Hey, Ben. Ben. Have you ever heard of I think it was an anime that used to play on like TV show called Mon Cole Nights?
I've never seen it.
Never heard of it. Have you? You've never even heard of it? Name doesn't ring a bell.
I never watched this kind of stuff anyway, so.
Well, like on TV2 at like 3:30 in the afternoon after school. No, because there was an anime called Mon Cole Nights, and there was another one called Shinzo as well. That was like early 2000s stuff, and I'm just like, information online is so sparse about it. But I just remember this thing, and it was just like, I just remember these shows, and they were like fantastic. Yeah, so there were two shows. There was Mon Cole Nights, and all I remember of it was that like the logo was all like this curved thing, and then there was two chicks. Oh no, not two chicks. There was a chick and a dude, and they were like the two protagonists, and they had sort of like their little troop of peeps. I think one of them was like a smarmy like prince guy and someone else. And then I just remember they had like I want to say like a chicken spaceship or something. Like it was like rounded and it was like a bird, like it had wings or something. And then I just remember it would like come up and it would go on this track and then it would like go and then blast off into a portal. They would have a portal that they would go boop 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 boop, and the portal would appear to where they needed to go, and then they'd put it on the track and it'd go whoosh and it'd go into the portal, and then they would take them where they needed to go. That's what I remember of that show. And then Shinzo, when I remember it seemed like a bit more dark, but there was like a Zelda-esque kind of princess who I think she was Shinzo. And then there was like a knight guy, and he had red armor, like Final Fantasy Dragoon armor, kind of sort of thing, like kind of looking thing. And he had and his whole thing was, I think he had like two like card slots on his chest or something. But then they had two there was him and her, and then there was like two like companion guys. There was like a big like lion kind of guy, and then there was like a guy, and I'm wanting to say his name was like Sargo or something. There was like Sargo, and he was kind of like a water elf thing. So he had like blue hair and the pointy ears. And then all I remember was when the knight looking guy went into like super mode, like Sargo and the lion guy would have like these like cards that they would have, which I think was like whether they turned into cards, or I think they turned into cards, and then they would like slot in the chest on the guy, and then he would go to like super mode. And then I just remember that there was one episode where like there were like corrupted cards or something, and then he turned into like dark evil knight guy, because you always have to have the obligatory episode where, and all of those like kids, old like early 2000s kids anime and stuff, where like they'd go into like, they'd have like a dark version of themselves, and then they're like, you gotta remember who you are, and then they're fine by the end of it. It's only for an episode. Yeah, I just remember that show as well, like bits and bobs, and that was probably one I probably watched before Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it was before Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's one I need to like. Those are ones I need to investigate. Let's have a look. See if I can try and find this Moncole Knight. See if feel like I've never found anyone or whatever who's even registered its existence, but I feel like, imagine if it was one that I just dreamed up, like it never actually existed and it was just something that I just, like a memory I've always had, but I've just completely like figment of my imagination. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be a goof? Oh, come on. Peace. There we go. Right, Mon. Oh no, not Min. Mon. Moncole Knights! Japanese animated series! Here we go. 93% liked it. Cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Mondo, his friend Rakuna, and Rakuna's father travel to a world full of magical creatures. That's right! They go to places and there's like little creature thingies. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Known in Japan as Six Gates Far Away Moncole Knight. That's its Japanese name. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. It's the best thing ever. Plot. So he's got whose scientist father Ichirube Hiragi invented a way to travel to Mon World, or Rokumon Sekai, the Six Gate World, where all sorts of magical creatures live. Together they try to find 6 monster items, which, when combined, would connect the Six Gate World with planet Earth for the better of both worlds. So they form the Moncole Knights and find out when chanting a phrase, "With us, you can do it!" they can merge into monsters and control them in battle as well as aid with spells. Almost every episode they battle Professor Hiragi's rival Prince Accentro. That'll be the smarmy prince guy that I'm thinking of. And his 2 girl underlings, Gluko and Batch, or Goruko and Bachi in the Japanese version, who are after the same thing as the Moncole Knights, except that they intend to use the items to dominate the world. Lovely. So that was my jam back in the day. And then what else we got? We got Shinzo as the next one, isn't it? Oh, come on. Get him with that, and then get him with this last one. Bam. Oh, come on. And bam. Got him. Alright. Right. So we don't want Moncole Knights anymore. We want Shinzo. Not Shinzo Abe. Shinzo. 2000. Earth has been taken over by evil creatures called Enterans, and the only hope for man is Yukumo. Alright. Okay, first of all, what do we got? Down to 10,600. Oh, 9,960. Alright. Cool. Go that you most certainly can. 1 second. So, I've done that. I've done this. So, we're closing it off there, but just for the benefit of those. So, we have lovingly voila, le table. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious. So this is my big map, my giant map. Let's zoom in. So I've got my percent complete we got 10.8%. This hasn't been updated, so it'll probably be over 11% now. But we've got all my peeps down the side, and then we've got all the peeps down over here. Red means loss, green means win. And as I do it, I just fill it in. Away you go. And then if we zoom it all out, ooh, look at all that. That's 1,000 and a bit fights worth of squares. So, I mean, probably, when should I do it? I'll probably do it per 1,000, I guess. I'll bring the sheet up so you can see it slowly getting filled in. But yeah, and then so the sheet is where I randomly select each cell as a pairing, so I just get a random take of all of them, color it in when it's done, and then fill it into my little list down the side. So these are all my fights that I gotta do. I've just got that next to me while that's what I reference when I'm picking the fights. And then because I downloaded a little confetti extension for my Chrome browser, so I'm using Opera GX actually. But yeah, look, so I could just whenever we do the next 1,000, I can be like, wow, but because it's only in the interwebs, I can't do it over the game, so there's that. But anyway, that's that. That is the ness. But yeah, so I'll leave it there. Anyway, thank you all very, very much for joining me. Hopefully next time I don't start bucking up the pairings. I think today was just an end of a long week and I'm just ready for a sleep-in because work's been a mish. But anyway, thank you very much. I hope to see you on Sunday, New Zealand time, for day 20. Where we'll probably won't get down past 9,900, but we'll see how we go. Probably we could actually if I push it. Might be able to. And yeah, and then we'll go from there. And then tomorrow will be, what's today? Today's Friday. Oh my goodness, I keep thinking today's Thursday. But anyway, today's Friday, so tomorrow will be Stranger of Paradise. Do some more of that. And then Sunday will be more Naruto goodness. And then hopefully next week, because we ain't got no house moves and whatever, we'll be back to normal schedules. So Thursdays and Sundays Naruto. Fridays will be Stranger Paradise or whatever game I have got on the go. And then Saturday will probably be Final Fantasy 14, because I do want some of that stuff. But anyway, that's what's to come. Thank you very much for joining and sticking around. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Have a peace out. Bye.